Tonight, new video has been released in the case against the so-called QAnon Shaman as he faces charges for his role in the Capitol insurrection. CNN's Brian Todd is covering all the angles for us. Brian, tell us more about these videos and why they were made public.
They were made public, Wolf, because the judge is frankly fed up. Tonight, one of the most visible rioters on January 6th seems to have gotten squarely on the bad side of the judge in his case.
The Q Shaman, who's facing charges for rushing the U.S. Capitol, really needs a new lawyer in his case. Well, because the lawyer's defense is not only shocking, but absolutely not a winner. Welcome into TYT Overruled. I'm attorney Adrienne Lawrence. Yep, the Q Shaman, whose name is really Jacob Chansley, has a hell of an attorney. This attorney, Albert Watkins, well, he gave an interview to Talking Points Memo, and the attorney said a few things that are really, really problematic. But he started out by saying Q Shaman has Asperger's. It's a non-issue. I have Asperger's. There's nothing wrong with that. And Q Shaman's neurological situation may warrant consideration in his case. But there is something very wrong with what his attorney, Mr. Watkins, said next. And I quote, "A lot of these defendants, and I'm going to use this colloquial term, perhaps disrespectfully, but they're all effing short bus people. These are people with brain damage. They're effing retarded, and they're on the GD spectrum." Of course, it's not like Watkins doesn't have a heart. The attorney then said this. "But they're our brothers, our sisters, our neighbors, our coworkers. They're part of our country. These aren't bad people. They don't have prior criminal history. F, they were subjected to 4+ years of GD propaganda, the likes of which the world has not seen since effing Hitler." Now, where to start? There's so much here, but I'm going to narrow it down to 2 points. First, many individuals on the spectrum are subjected to 4 years of propaganda, including me. In fact, an estimated 5.4 million adults in the United States have some form of autism. Yet, they didn't rush the Capitol. Rather, it was only Q Shaman and a cohort of crackpots that decided to head to Nancy's office uninvited.
We won the day.
The blame really needs to be placed where it belongs. Q Shaman and co. You know, he's the leader within the QAnon conspiracy movement. And his social media feed suggested that he had been plotting violence for some time before Trump made his call to action on January 6th. So let's not bother with this trying to blame others. And second, this attorney Watkins, his remarks were highly offensive and reflective of nothing but sheer ignorance. Asperger's, which is on the autism spectrum, is a difference in communication and interaction. It does not necessarily mean that an individual is disabled. Rather, an individual on the autism spectrum, such as myself, simply may operate differently. To assume everyone on the spectrum must lack intelligence is really, really ignorant. And a few people who've identified with or suggested to be on the spectrum include people like Albert Einstein, Chris Rock, John Nash, Emily Dickinson, Steve Jobs, Dan Aykroyd, Tim Burton, Mozart, Seinfeld, Warhol, Darwin, and I could go on. And I will. I skipped a grade, have multiple advanced degrees. I've sat for bar exams without studying and passed. I can do just about anything because I'm highly autodidactic, and I'd like to think I happen to be pretty awesome. But go off, Mr. Watkins, on what you and your ambulance-chasing half-wit attorney ass think you know about the autism spectrum. And when someone reports you to the bar for your disgraceful and highly offensive comments about people on the spectrum, don't be shocked. And I also hope that you have counsel representing you who has far more sense and far more intelligence than you happen to have. Good day.